Hello guys, welcome back. I don't know where you are in the world. Let me know in the comments below, but I'm in Northern Ontario and I currently have snow. So I'm gonna make some snowflakes. I've got these random shaped Lake Superior stones that I'm gonna paint on. And you guys have seen me do this before. I'm just making a circle and I'm going to paint that circle black with a gold outline. So start off with anything circular. You don't have to use a compass like I'm using. I stole this from my son's math set like a couple years ago. So super easy. You stick a pencil in there or a chalk pencil, whatever it is you choose to do your circles or draw on your stones with. I guess chalk pencils work really great, but I'm so used to using pencil. And if I can't see the pencil on the stone, then I use marker, which probably isn't the best idea. Anyway, I'm just doing a circle on each one, and now I'm filling it in with gold. I'm using my fine lining brush. That tutorial is in my video list. I have over 200 videos. I don't even know how many I have. And hopefully this week, there's going to be a few of them popping out every other day so that you guys are busy before Christmas and you have lots of gift ideas for Christmas. Now, I'm going to be using some metallic watercolors again. You guys don't have to use metallic watercolors at all. You can use glitter paint. You can use metallic paint and use a sponge to blend it on the same way. If you like my color choices or the way I'm doing it, you can just kind of steal some of my ideas, work with it, and do your own version. There's nothing wrong with that. But I am completely obsessed with these watercolors that I can't stop buying them. I'm actually teaching myself how to make some as well so that I don't keep spending so much money on buying them. So I might actually enjoy making them. I don't know. We'll see. It seems like a process I don't really want to do. I like to make the artwork. I don't necessarily like to make the stuff that I use for the artwork. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll make a video and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm just filling it in with matte black paint, just acrylic paint. Everything's acrylic here. And then I will be using watercolors. So these are some of the ones that I'm going to be choosing from. This was like a dot card. It's kind of like a sample card, and it's just a card that has a bunch of different colors on it from different she has like a whole bunch of different, I don't even know what to call it, themes, different sets. There you go, different sets. And this one is from one of those sets. So I'm putting red on there, but when you turn it, it goes gold. So it's like a chameleon or like a color shift or what have you. It's so beautiful. I'm using a little bit of green and I'm just dabbing my brush in a little bit of water and it goes on like just beautifully and it looks so pretty up against the black background. You can do this on a white background too, but it has a whole different look to it. Normally I do like my royal mandalas and then I put snowflakes on them. And if you don't know what my royal mandalas are, I will leave a link in the description. I have glow in the dark ones and I have regular ones with gold and glitter. These are kind of the same, but I'm using the watercolor. So I'm doing a bit of green, a bit of purple. And if you have too much water, you can always try and like grab a Q-tip or a little cloth and try and dab it before it runs down the side of your rock. I'm trying to keep the color within that circle and keeping the rest of my rock natural. You can also do this on handmade stones. If you're using like molded stones from molds from Happy Dotting Company, this is exactly the same. Just paint it black first and then go away into the beautiful universe of glittery watercolors. So I'm doing this to 3 different ones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them dry. I'll show you them once they're dry. It's really hard for me to show you the color shift. Like there's such an amazing color shift in these paints that I'm just in awe. And if anyone has purchased any recently, I know they are not affordable to some, but that's why there's those sample cards where you can try them out. The sample cards are lasting me ages. I've painted all sorts of stuff with just one sample card, or dot card they're called, and it's basically a swatch of uh, that type of paint or that type of watercolor. She also has acrylic paints as well. There's so many different things. It's just color and glitter and sparkle, and I can't. My mouth is literally wide open the entire time I'm looking through her Etsy site. So you guys know how much I like glitter and sparkle and stuff. Well, it's a dangerous place for me to go. So I am fixing my gold outline, making sure it's still there after all that watercolor, all that glitter, and I'm outlining it with black. Just a thin line of black, just to kind of separate it from that Lake Superior stone. There's a nice bold separation there. And then once they're dry, you'll know they're dry. You can definitely tell when they're dry because they look really dry but really glittery, and I'll show you those in just a minute. Right now they're still wet. And sometimes you can see that glitter moving. I believe someone referred to it as sizzling. It sizzles. It really, really does. And it's like one of my favorite parts of this. I'm mesmerized like the entire time I'm painting. I promise you I'm not only going to be using watercolor paints, but I am definitely hooked. This one you can tell it's dry. It's like super, super glittery now. And it's going to look like that even more magnified under resin, because I am going to do a coat of resin over top of this. You don't have to. These ones are dry. You don't have to put a coat of resin. You can start your snowflake right away. But I want my surface to be completely smooth before I put a delicate little snowflake on it. And these rocks are kind of bumpy. So I'm just going to resin them with a bunch of other rocks that I have to resin tonight. And then we're going to paint some snowflakes on them tomorrow. You will be mesmerized without even putting a snowflake on them. You might be interested in not going any further. You might be like, hey, these are gorgeous just the way they are without snowflakes. And can be sitting around your home in your beautiful decor all year round. You can do whatever you want. You can do like little stars and a galaxy, so that these look like little mini galaxy stones. This watercolor does some pretty amazing things to the background of your work. So these have rested overnight, and look at that color shift. Like it changes color, it goes gold, green, purple, blue, red. Like it's just absolutely gorgeous. And they are ready for me to put snowflakes on them. So I'm literally going to show you how I'm doing one of them. I've kept the center, okay? From when I did my circles, I kept my centers. So I've just found those centers with white acrylic paint. I'm going to do a snowflake on one. I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to do the exact same design on the other two. So I'm not going to bore you with the other two. I'm just going to show you this one, but they're all going to have the same exact design on them. And I'll show you them at the end. So this is going to be super simple. I did a big dot in the center, 4 dots. Now I'm doing kind of like petals, I guess you can say. But there's a little space there. Don't worry about that little space. There's going to be a dot there too. Now I'm doing little diamonds in between the petals. Now I'm going to lengthen out those petals to a long point, but I'm just going to like the edge of the red. You can make it so that there's like a line that you need to go to, and I'm specifically going to that edge of the red. Now I'm walking the dots around those diamonds, big one in the center, and then I walk up the sides. Super easy. You can slow this down, but I suggest muting it because I sound like a monster. And I don't want to scare anyone or give anyone nightmares. So I'm doing even longer lines. So every other one is longer. So there should be 4 long ones, 4 short ones. The short ones, I'm doing like a petal again around it. And we're going to leave those long ones where they are for now. Now we have, and I'm just using literally a dollar store brand acrylic white paint. It's got a very nice consistency, and if your white paint is too thick, you can try adding just a little bit of fresh water to it. Make sure it's fresh water, not your paint water, because that will just change the color of your white. And yeah, you can water your paint down just a little bit. Works for me. I don't like go out and buy special mediums for thinning out my paint or making my paint thicker. I just deal with whatever comes in the bottle. So now I am doing little dots, kind of like an arrow, like the end of an arrow. And I'm just doing sets of 3. And I'm just going on the longer ones. These look so pretty. And I did a bigger dot at the very end of that line, at the end of the longer lines. It's almost at the very edge. You can see that those go all the way into the green, almost touching that gold outline. Now I'm just going to kind of fill it in a little bit. I put some little dots in the first set of petals. Now I'm putting big dots at the end of these ones. And I'm going to do like little pointy diamonds attached to those dots that I had there. Just little ones. And what I like about working on a resin surface is that if I don't like it, I wipe it off and start over. It's that easy. Everything else was dry already before I started this, so all I had to do is just wipe it off, start over, make it how I want it to be. I love resin. It makes my life easier. Some people do have a hard time painting on top of resin, but it might be the brand of paint that you use. I find like super high gloss paints, like indoor outdoor paints, they don't seem to blend as well or work as well on top of that slippery surface. But most of the time matte paints work great. I have no issues with it. And you can scratch it off if it's dry. If you've made a mistake, you can just wait till it's dry and scratch it off. Use a little toothpick and gently scratch away any mistakes you made, and off you go. So I'm walking the dots down the sides of these petals now. And you can tell right away that it's not symmetrical. Things are not evenly spread apart, and that's okay with me. I'm okay with that. It still looks pretty. Don't count how many points I have on my snowflake, please, because these are Rachel's Rock snowflakes, and they're going to have as many points as they want. I have literally had people complain to me about the amount of points on my snowflakes, and that's okay. It looks lovely. Now all 3 are going to be exactly the same. I'm putting a little line on the end of these ones, just filling in the space a little bit. You do what you want to do. You can create a different one on each stone, because I always do sets of 3. So you can do a different one, or you can do them all the same. I actually recently did 3 sets of 3, and you're going to see them right now. But first, what's on my deck? Since I don't have anything to show you on my desk at the moment, I thought I'd show you what's on my deck. Snow, lovely animals, blue jays, squirrels, snow, but the sun is shining, so I'm thinking positive. Next time there will be an episode of What's at My Desk, I promise. Here you go, guys. This is after they've been put under their resin bath a second time. And like I said, you don't have to do all that resin. You don't even have to use this watercolor paint. There are different brands of paint that you can find that have a nice metallic shift to them as well. You do not have to buy what I am using. I'm just showing you to inspire you. And you can make as many beautiful snowflakes as you want. This is a set on some peach colored stones. There's a little bit of red in them, a little bit of brown. They're really, really nice stones. I thought they would be beautiful snowflakes. Lots of red and green, lots of white. I made those ones a little bit thicker. These ones are a little more delicate. There's some purple and red, teal, green. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The color just changes right before your eyes. I had so much fun making these with you guys. I hope you are able to create some really nice snowflakes on your own. Send me a comment. Let me know what you want me to paint. I love you guys. Bye.